Should ABDL, whether into it for kinks, fetish, or lifestyle outside the norm, be at Pride events? So the other morning I was having my cup of coffee and I decided to go onto Reddit to see what was going on the Reddit. I came across a post that said, should gay pride parades be mixed with kinks? Well, before I can answer that, let's look at why Pride was created. In the early hours of June 28, 1969, following a police raid at the Stonewall Inn in New York City, where apparently, I guess they went in there with, billy clubs a-swinging and whatnot. And I have an uncle who actually has a scar. He was there at the time, and he has a scar from where he got 16 stitches from being hit with the billy club. Patreons fought back, leading to a neighborhood uprising in protests. The event led to multiple organizations that began to fight in the U.S. courts to secure the LGBTQ plus rights we have today. Pride is the designated name and slogan that commemorates the anniversary of the Stonewall riots. Pride started in 1970, 1 year after the Stonewall riot events happened, as a peaceful march with no dress restrictions where people could express themselves and their sexuality freely. Now, as I said, I had an uncle that was there and a couple of his friends. I got to talk to all of them, so there was some fact checking going on with this. And as I said, my uncle does have a scar from the stitches that he received from there. So saying kinks and fetishes and lifestyles outside the norm shouldn't be allowed at Pride goes against the basic foundation of Pride. And when people say, oh, well, people bring their kids and family with them because it's a fun for the whole family event. It was never intended to be a fun for the whole family event. ABDL, H players, putt players, though not as big then as now, is still the reason Pride was created. Be who you are. Self-expression. Yes, it was formed by the gay community at the time, but being gay wasn't the only thing Pride represented. It represented what you see today, LGBTQ+. Of course, it was just LGB, and then T got added on later, and then the rest of it got added on later. I go to Pride events dressed in a diaper, of course, but it's covered by a onesie with overalls, and I'm wearing a pair of cute, colorful shoes that chances are I bought about a week prior to it. I don't show my diaper at Pride because that's just not who I am. But just because it's not who I am doesn't mean it's not who you are. Yes, normally I would say one shouldn't be out in public in just a diaper. But we are talking about a Pride event where you're supposed to take pride in who you are. Yes, I don't think you should walk around naked at Pride. That probably wouldn't go over well, but who am I to say? You can't just say it's free expression and zero restrictions for some, but not everyone. I mean, yeah, I joke about, guys walking around at Pride events in assless chaps, but those are jokes. I respect them for being who they are and wearing what they want to wear. As far as children go, if a parent chooses to bring their child to a Pride event, it is the parent's responsibility to explain and teach that child what Pride is and what it stands for. Why that person is in a pup hood. Why is that person walking around in a diaper? It's the parent's responsibility to explain it to their child. It's also the parent's responsibility to restrict what their child sees. If you know this stuff is happening at a Pride event, why in the hell are you taking your children to it if you are against it? Ignorance is no excuse. It's up to the parents to restrict and teach their child. Not mine, not yours. It's the parent. It was also suggested in that thread that you normally don't walk around public in a diaper, so why should a Pride event be any different? Well, that rule kind of does go away during a Pride event. Because remember, self-expression and no restrictions on what a person wears is the basic foundation of pride. And of course, the OP stated that this parade was in a place with lots of shops, and not everybody that went to shop there consented to seeing that kind of shenanigans. I am so tired of the word consent. Yes, consent is important, but most have used it so much that you damn near need somebody's consent to walk out your damn door in the afternoon or in the morning or in the evening. Consent means permission for something to happen. Someone is always not going to consent to something. It's just a way of life. But OP stating that not everybody consented to see it is kind of a weak argument. So every year, pretty much the same date or day, a march parade happens in the same area of town, on the same street, in the same shopping area. You know this is going to happen, yet you choose to shop there. As far as my opinion goes, I think by default you gave your consent to see it. Again, you knew it was going to happen, yet you still chose to shop there. If you don't want to see it, choose another shopping day. Again, ignorance is no excuse. I am an ABDL and a gay man. And if you think for 1 minute I need everyone's consent to go to Pride and be who I am, then I just have 2 words for them. And let me tell you, it's not happy birthday or Merry Christmas. Now with the rest of the thread, there was some good points. There was good points and there was bad points. Of course, you always have that one person in there that wants to force their opinion on you. And if you don't like it, they're going to call you stupid and belittle you. Which is kind of the reason that I have the no pissing contest rule, where I'm not going to get into a pissing contest with somebody over a topic. So should kinks, fetishes, lifestyles outside the norm be mixed with pride parades and events? Yes, because it is what pride is all about. Again, it's the basic foundation of the event or of pride. By not allowing kinks, fetishes, and lifestyles outside the norm to be at pride events, you are going completely against what pride was created for, what people have fought for. Just because you don't agree with something doesn't make it wrong. So that's my take on it. Like, subscribe, share this video, and until the next time, be blessed.